Okay, now how you treat cravings, again, you got to see, well, where's the cravings coming from? Often, candida is a culprit. Now, in terms of, there's a mode for candida, and there's two different ways of doing it. One is taking the nutrition finger, halfway between the priority mode and the nutrition, it looks like that, if you can see it. And I'm going to see if that shows. If it does, it doesn't on her. Now I also have the candida vials. I don't have one handy, but I take the candida vial out of my biochemical test kit and I'll check ileocecal valve. It often affects that, or large intestine, areas of there, small intestine. It can really, it's a systemic thing that the candida overgrowth eats your, basically consumes all your sugar, makes you have low blood sugar, and then you crave sugar. So that's one cause of cravings. So you want to, if that's the case, clean up the candida. And we have a whole class on candida where, you know, there's dietary factors. And one thing that's good for candida, caprin is caprylic acid. That's a product, again, from biotics. Also, zinc is good for that, for candida. So if candida is causing the cravings, you clear that up through diet, supplementation, and always balancing. Whenever you're working, see, that's the thing with nutritionists. They just say, oh, all we have to do is diet and nutrition, which is tremendous, and that's fabulous. But what about the other factors that the person needs? Maybe there's switching on acupressure points where the energy comes in. Maybe it's balancing chakras. Maybe it's clearing emotional stress, because that is a huge factor in many people, one of the biggest. So don't think I'm only going down the nutrition tunnel, even though her, in her case, the arms out and this going says, yeah, our main target is nutrition. Again, diet addition, diet deletion. So often, are you eating much, say, alkaline foods like plant garden type vegetables?
I try.
Okay, you try. Okay. Well, that's good that you're trying, but are you? Are you eating more maybe? Well, let's ask your body. Okay, that's great that you're trying. Okay, so eating more plant-based like greens would be helpful. Okay, yes, getting more alkaline. We have that in our class 2 of biochemical. So that often clears up candida and everything if you really go alkaline. And see, the coffee and the meat is more acidic forming. So you might just have a pH factor. So another craving cause will be neurotransmitter imbalances. One way you can discern neurotransmitter balances is with the magnet against the various cranial bones. This would see if it's a dopamine deficiency or potential imbalance. Now the parietal lobe is where I'm touching now. That would be acetylcholine deficiency or imbalance. And then there is the GABA. Oh, we've got GABA showing. How about that? Now GABA can cause cravings. Turn your head this way just a bit so I can go to the occiput, and that's fine. So we've got GABA showing. Now I'm going to show you this. So I'll put it in my circuit. Could be in hers, but I'll just, for simplicity, show it in mine. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the large intestine 20. See, large intestine 20 goes strong, so that confirms she has a GABA deficiency. Now, do you have any cravings for carbs at all?
I do.
Oh, she does. Okay, well, there you go. The reason for that is a GABA deficiency. Now, actually, you brought GABA rice, so I should have brought a GABA rice out and we could test that to see if that clears it. But certain foods, and if there's a whole thing in the biochemical course where you go to that, those classes on the neurotransmitters, and there's foods to eat as well as foods to avoid. And then there's certain heavy metals that could be a factor. There's a whole bunch on that. But just be aware that often cravings are caused by candida and could be by parasites. She didn't show that. But neurotransmitter imbalances, very common. And blood sugar imbalances. Just to remind you, there's a quick test. If she touches her spleen 21, it tells if there's a blood chemistry imbalance. She's strong, okay? But if that would be a factor, that could be like a potentially low blood sugar. Okay, so hopefully that answered your question, Ulrika.